रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे वटविटपि समीपे भूमिभागे निषन्नं सकलमुनिजनानां ज्ञानदातारमाराय त्रिभुवनगुरुमीशं दक्षिणामूर्तिदेवं जननमरणदुःखछेददक्षं नमामि। चित्रं वटतुरोर्मूले वृद्धा शिष्या गुरुर्यवा गुरोस्तु मौनं व्याख्यानं शिष्यातु छिन्न संशया निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। You are able to see hear my voice in the back, or should we increase the volume just a little bit? I think I feel that. Om Vishwandarpanadichyamana nagari tulyam nijantargatam pashyanatmani mayaya bhairivot bhutam yatha nidraya yat sakshat kurute prabodha samaye swatmanamevadvayam tasmai shri gurumurtaye namaha shri dakshinamurtaye bijasyantarivānkuro jagadidam prāṅnirvikalpam punaha maya kalpita desha kala kalana vaichitrya chitrikritam maya viva vichrambayatyapi maha yogi vayasvechaya tasmai shri gurumurtaye namaha shri dakshinamurtaye yasyaiva spuranam sadatmakam asatkalparthakam bhasate sakshat tattvamasiti vedavachasa yo bodhayatyashritam yat sakshat karanat bhavenna punaravrittirbhavambho nidhau tasmai shri gurumurtaye namaha shri dakshinamurtaye nanachitrighatodarasthita महादीप प्रभाभास्वरं ज्ञानं यस्य तु चक्षुरादिकरणद्वारा बहिस्पन्दते जानामीति तमेव भान्तम् अनुभाति एतत् समस्तं जगत् तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये देहं प्राणमपीन्द्रियानपि चलां बुद्धिं च शून्यं विदुः स्त्रीबालान्धजटापस्वमति भ्रान्ताभिसंवादिनः मायाशक्तिविलासकल्पितमहा व्यामोहसंहारिणे तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये राहुग्रस्तदिवाङ्करेन्दुसदृशो मायासमाच्छादनात् सन्मात्रः करणोपसंहरणतो यो भूत्सुषुप्तः पुमान् प्रागस्वाप्स्वमिति प्रबोधसमये ययप्रत्यभिज्ञायते तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये बाल्यादिष्वपि जाग्रदादिषु तथा सर्वास्वस्थास्वपि व्यावृत्तास्वनुवर्तमानमहम् इत्यन्तस्फुरन्तं सदा स्वात्मानं प्रकटीकरोति भजतां यो मुद्रया भद्रया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये विश्वं पश्यति कार्यकारणतया सस्वामि सम्बन्धतः शिष्याचार्यतया तथैव पितृपुत्रात्यात्मना भेदतः स्वप्ने जागृति वा य एष पुरुषो माया परिभ्रामितः तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये भूरम्भांस्य नलो निलोम अम्बर्महर्नार्थो हिमांशुः पुमान् इत्याभाति चराचरात्मकमिदं यस्यैव मूर्त्यष्टकम् नान्यत् किञ्चन विद्यते विमृशतां यस्मात् परस्मात् विभोः तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये सर्वात्मत्वमिति स्फुटीकृतमिदं यस्मादमुष्मिंस्तवे तेनास्य श्रवणात् तदर्थमननात् ध्यानात् च संकीर्तनात् सर्वात्मत्वमहाविभूतिसहितं स्यादीश्वरत्वं स्वतः सिद्ध्येत् तत्पुनरष्टधा परिणतं चैश्वर्यमव्याहतम्। Okay, so we'll do this together. Do it slowly. That just the dhyanam first. I don't know if you have I hope you have a copy of this. If not, then I can make that. Om Spatikarajatavarnam Mauktakim Amritakalashavidyam Jnanamudram Karagre Dadatamuragakaksham Chandrachudam Trinetram Vidhrita Vidvidabhusham Dakshinamurtamide. So this one we will repeat 3 times. Om Namo Bhagavate Dakshinamurtaye Mahyam Medham Pragyam Prayacha Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Dakshinamurtaye Mahyam Medham Pragyam Prayacha Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Dakshinamurtaye Mahyam Medham Pragyam Prayacha Swaha. Om Omkara Simha Sarvendraya Namaha. Om Omkaro Dhyana Kokilaya Namaha. Om Omkar Nida Shukaraje Namaha. Om Omkararanya Kunjaraya Namaha. Om Nagaraj Suta Janaye Namaha. Om Nagaraj Nijalayaya Namaha. Om Navamanikyamadhyaya Namaha. Om Navachandrashikhamanaye Namaha. Om Nandita Shesha Maunindraya Namaha. Om Nandi Shadimadeshikaya Namaha. Om Moha Nalasudhasaraya Namaha. Om Moham Bujasudhakaraya Namaha. Om Mohandakarataranaye Namaha. Om Mohotpalanabhomanaye Namaha. Om Bhakta-jnanabdi Chitanshave Namaha. ॐ भक्ताज्ञानतृणालयाय नमः। ॐ भक्ताम्बोजसहस्रांशवे नमः। ॐ भक्तकेकिगणागणाय नमः। ॐ भक्तकैरवराकेन्दवे नमः। ॐ भक्तकोकदिवाकराय नमः। ॐ गजाननादिसम्पूज्याय नमः। ॐ गजचर्मोज्ज्वलाकृतये नमः। ॐ गङ्गाधवलदिव्याङ्गाय नमः। ॐ गङ्गापङ्किलसज्जटाय नमः। ॐ गगनाम्बरसंवीताय नमः। ॐ गगनामुक्तमूर्धजाय नमः। ॐ वदनाब्धजिताब्जश्रिये नमः। ॐ वदनेन्दुस्फुरद्दिशाय नमः। ॐ वरदानैकनिपुणाय नमः। ॐ वनवीरोज्ज्वलत्कराय नमः। ॐ वनवाससमुल्लासाय नमः। ॐ वनवीरैकलोलुपाय नमः। ॐ तेजभुञ्जघनाकाराय नमः। ॐ तेजसामपि भासकाय नमः। ॐ विनेयानां तेजःप्रदाय नमः। ॐ तेजोमयनिजाश्रमाय नमः। ॐ दमितानङ्गसङ्ग्रामाय नमः। ॐ दरहासचिताङ्गनाय नमः। ॐ दयारससुधासिन्धवे नमः। ॐ दरिद्रधनसेवदये नमः। ॐ क्षीरेन्दुस्फटिकाकाराय नमः। ॐ क्षीरेन्दुमुकुटोज्ज्वलाय नमः. So let me pause here for a second and ask you, are you okay with chanting at the same time, or would you rather do a little bit more practice and do after I do? What do you think?
Okay, so we'll chant after you.
Okay, so let's just do that a couple of more times.
Yes.
'Cause I don't see everybody chanting at the same time. Let's do that. So from now on, just follow me from the wristband. Om Shiropahar Rasikaya Namaha. Om Shiropahar Rasikaya Namaha. Om Kshipraishwal Praishwarya Phalapradaya Namaha. Om Kshipraishwarya Phalapradaya Namaha. Om Kshipraishwarya Phalapradaya Namaha. Om Kshipraishwarya Phalapradaya Namaha. Om Nanabharanamugdhangaya Namaha. Om Nanabharanamugdhangaya Namaha. Om Nari Sammohanakritaye Namaha. Om Nari Sammohanakritaye Namaha. Om Nagabrahmarasaswadine Namaha. Om Nagabrahmarasaswadine Namaha. Om Nagabhushanabhushitaya Namaha. Om Nagabhushanabhushitaya Namaha. Om Murti Ninditakandarpaya Namaha. Om Murti Ninditakandarpaya Namaha. Om Murta Murta Jagatvapushe Namaha. Om Murta Murta Jagatvapushe Namaha. Om Mula Jnanatamo Bhanave Namaha. Om Mula Jnanatamo Bhanave Namaha. Om Murti Matkalpapadapaya Namaha. Om Murti Matkalpapadapaya Namaha. Om Tarunaditya Sankashaya Namaha. Om Tarunaditya Sankashaya Namaha. Om Tantri Vadana Tatparaya Namaha. Om Tantri Vadana Tatparaya Namaha. Om Tarumulaika Nilayaya Namaha. Om Tarumulaika Nilayaya Namaha. Om Tapta Jambu Nadaprabhaya Namaha. Om Tapta Jambu Nadaprabhaya Namaha. Om Tattva Pustola Satpanaye Namaha. Om Tapano Om Tattva Pustola Satpanaye Namaha. Om Tattva Pustola Satpanaye Namaha. Om Tapanodupalochanaya Namaha. Om Tapanodupalochanaya Namaha. Om Yamasannuta Satkirtaye Namaha. Om Yamasannuta Satkirtaye Namaha. Om Yama Samyama Samyutaya Namaha. Yama Samyama Samyutaya Namaha. Om Yati Rupadharaya Maunine Namaha. Yati Rupadharaya Maunine Namaha. Om Yatindropasya Vigrahaya Namaha. Yatindropasya Vigrahaya Namaha. Om Mandarahara Ruchiraya Namaha. Ruchiraya Namaha. Om Madanayuta Sundaraya Namaha. Madanayuta Sundaraya Namaha. Om Mandasmitala Satvaktraya Namaha. Mandasmitala Satvaktraya Namaha. Om Madhuradhara Pallavaya Namaha. Madhuradhara Pallavaya Namaha. Om Manjira Manjupadabjaya Namaha. Manjira Manjupadabjaya Namaha. Om Manipattola Satkataye Namaha. Manipattola Satkataye Namaha. Om Hastankurichatin Om Hastankuritachinmudraya Namaha. Hastankuritachinmudraya Namaha. Om Hatha Yoga Parottamaya Namaha. Hatha-yoga parottamaya namaha. Om Hamsa-japyaksha-maladhyaya namaha. Hamsa-japyaksha-maladhyaya namaha. Om Hamse-dvaradhyapadukaya namaha. Hamse-dvaradhyapadukaya namaha. Om Meru-shringatatolasaya namaha. Meru-shringatatolasaya namaha. Om Megha-kshama-manoharaya namaha. Megha-kshama-manoharaya namaha. Om Medha-ankurala-valagriyaya namaha. Om Medha-ankurala-valagriyaya namaha. Om Medha-pakvaphaladrumaya namaha. Medha-pakvaphaladrumaya namaha. Om Dharmika-antarguhavasaya namaha. Dharmika-antarguhavasaya namaha. Om Dharma-marga-pravartakaya namaha. Om Dhamatraya-nijaramaya namaha. Dhamatraya-nijaramaya namaha. Om Dharmottama-manorathaya namaha. Dharmottama-manorathaya namaha. Om Prabodhodgara-deepashriye namaha. Om Prabodhodgara-deepashriye namaha. Om Prakashita-jagatraya namaha. Prakashita-jagatraya namaha. Om Prajna-chandrashila-chandraya namaha. Prajna-chandrashila-chandraya namaha. Om Prajna-manivarakaraaya namaha. Prajna-manivarakaraaya namaha. Om Jnanantarabhasatmane namaha. Jnanantarabhasatmane namaha. Om Jnata-jnadi-viduragaya namaha. Jnata-jnadi-viduragaya namaha. Om Jnana-jnadvaita-divyangaya namaha. Jnana-jnadvaita-divyangaya namaha. Om Jnata-jnati-kulagataya namaha. Om Jnata-jnati-kulagataya namaha. Om Prapanna-parijatagriyaya namaha. Prapanna-parijatagriyaya namaha. Om Pranatardhyabdivadavaya namaha. Om Pranatardhyabdivadavaya namaha. Om Pranatardhyabdivadavaya namaha. Om Bhutanam Pramana-bhutaya namaha. Bhutanam Pramana-bhutaya namaha. Om Prapancha-hitakarakaya namaha. Om Yat-tattvamasi samvedyaya namaha. Yat-tattvamasi samvedyaya namaha. Om Yakshageyatma-vaibhavaya namaha. षगेयात्मवैभवाय नमः ॐ यज्ञादिदेवतामूर्तये नमः यज्ञादिदेवतामूर्तये ॐ यजमानवपुर्धराय नमः यजमानवपुर्धराय नमः ॐ छत्राधिपतिविश्वेश्वाय नमः ॐ छत्राधिपतिविश्वेशाय नमः ॐ छत्राधिपतिविश्वेशाय नमः ॐ छत्रसामरसेविताय नमः ॐ छन्दशास्त्रादिनिपुणाय नमः छन्दशास्त्रादिनिपुणाय नमः ॐ छलजात्यादिदूरगाय नमः छलजात्यादिदूरगाय नमः ॐ स्वाभाविकसुखैकात्मने नमः स्वाभाविकसुखैकात्मने नमः ॐ स्वानुभूतिरसोदधये नमः स्वानुभूतिरसोदधये नमः ॐ स्वाराज्यसम्पदध्यक्षाय नमः ॐ स्वात्मा ॐ स्वाराज्यसम्पदध्यक्षाय नमः ॐ स्वाराज्यसम्पदध्यक्षाय ॐ स्वात्मा राममहामतये नमः स्वात्मा राममहामतये नमः ॐ हाटकाभजटाजूटाय नमः ॐ हासोदस्तारिमण्डलाय नमः हासोदस्तारिमण्डलाय ॐ हालाहलोज्ज्वलकलाय नमः हालाहलोज्ज्वलकलाय नमः ॐ हार्दग्रन्थिविमोचकाय नमः हार्दग्रन्थिविमोचकाय ॐ श्रीमेधादक्षिणामूर्तिस्वामिने नमः मेधादक्षिणास्वामिने नमः ॐ श्रीदयानन्दसद्गुरुवे नमः श्रीदयानन्दसद्गुरुवे ॐ श्रीमहेशानन्दसद्गुरुवे नमः महेशानन्दसद्गुरुवे नमः. Okay. Looking forward to after chanting for a few more weeks until we get comfortable with the pronunciation of it. Looking forward to explaining the meaning of each one of these verses. That will take also some time, because I think what we will do is, we can do one of two things. We can break down the sandhis between these various words that comprise a shloka, and then spend some time just talking about that. Maybe that's the best thing to do. There's so much to this, so much material here to really think about. You just take any one of them. Harda Granthi Vimochakaya Namaha. So this is just to talk, because we still have a few minutes, so I can just, that's what I was just reading. And so Harda Granthi Vimochakaya Namaha, number one. This is the last one before Sri Medha Dakshinamurti. It's interesting that this particular one was placed at the very last. So what it means is, Harda Granthi means Hridayastha Granthi, means a knot, K-N-O-T, a knot of the heart. This is the meaning of Harda Granthi. And so this has so much meaning in it. It's just amazing. What is the knot of the heart? So the knot of the heart means that there are two separate things that have been connected together to make into a single wing. It's called a knot, isn't it? Mm-hmm. You have two pieces of some rassi, and then you combine it together, and then it becomes a single piece of the cord, right? So and then the knot can be tightened to such a degree that it's very difficult to even separate it. Very difficult. And in fact, if it gets very complicated, then it's no easy way to, you have to really spend a lot of time to, as it happens sometimes, where does it go, which one should I pull first, then you slowly take it out, and so on and so forth. So this is the phenomena. So in our life what happens is, this is an interesting thing to see, really an important thing to see. We have a knot in our heart. And heart is an important word here, because it is not just the mind. It is not just the buddhi. All those are instruments that I have as a person. So I have the antakarana, which means the thinking faculty. And I also have buddhi, which means my vivek, my sense of understanding, knowledge, on those kinds of things. So there's a difference between manaha and buddhi, and we know that pretty much. But here the word heart means it is something different from the mind, something different from the buddhi. It is actually me, the ahankara. It's like, I just put my, hands in here. Just like with when we have a fight, we say, "Who do you think I am? Don't mess with me." So you don't say, "Don't mess with me here," or "Don't mess me thing." You put it down on the. So what it means is the core of myself. And so here the mind and the buddhi and all those other things are instruments that feed into a concept of who I am as a person. This is the me. Now there is a heart between that me and the sakshi, which is not just me. It is the very basis of me. It is the very basis of everybody's me. It is Parameshwara, the Antaryami. And there is a knot between the ahankara and the sakshi. And the two of them have become one. I cannot distinguish. It's kind of like using two strands of a cord, and in usage they have become one. And so, but they are not one. They are two separate strands. And so when in the final analysis, I have to see in my life, how is it that I have to get myself free from dukkha in my life? We have to remove the knots between ahankara and sakshi. So this shloka says, "Hey Dakshinamurti, help me. At least let me be aware of what is it, how do I untie the knot?" Even that is a skill, because a child cannot do it. Strength alone doesn't do it. Some kind of a thinking with patience allows to do that. And so, Om Hardha Granthi Vimochakaya Namaha. So my salutations to you, through whom, Dakshinamurti, you alone will help me untie the knot which will free me. Like that, in each one of these, there's a whole background behind that. And it will be nice to know the meaning of, and this is relevant even when we start the class on the Omkara. There also we have to think about what are the constituents of Om, so that when you chant, there is some meaning behind the chant. You can chant it even without doing anything, that's perfectly okay, but if you knew the meaning, then the chant becomes that much more relevant. So anyway, look forward to launching sometime, maybe in the next few weeks, a step-by-step understanding of each one of the 108. And we will have Swami Tattvavidanandaji's commentary also to help us with it. And a little bit of Sanskritam also, just to unfold the sandhis. It'll be nice, it'll be wonderful. Okay, let's start the class. Where does it happen? Is that from outside somewhere?
Same Om instruction.
Or is this from someplace else? Oh, okay, sorry. Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavatyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Gukarastvandakaro Vai Rukarastvanivartakaha Andhakara Nirodhitvat Gururichya Vidhiyate Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So let's chant the three karikas, number 19. We can do four of them. Yeah, it's four of them. 19 through 22 karikas. Number 19. Vishvasya atva vivakshayam Vishvasya atva vivakshayam Adi samanyam utkatam Adi samanyam utkatam Matra sampratipattau syat Matra sampratipattau syat Apti samanyam evacha Apti samanyam evacha Tejasya utva vigyane Utva Vigyani Utkarsham Utkarsh. Is it Utkarsho? Oh, it is. Okay, so I have a. Yeah, this is not. Utkarsho Drishyate Sputam. Utkarsho Drishyate Sputam. Matra Sampratipattau Syat. Matra Sampratipattau Syat. Ubhayatvam Tatha Vidham. Ubhayatvam Tatha Vidham. Makara Bhave Pragyasya. Makara Bhave Pragyasya. Manasamanyam Utkatam. Manasamanyam Utkatam. Matra Sampratipattau tu. Matra Sampratipattau tu. Laya Samanyam Evacha. Laya Samanyam Evacha. And number 22. Trishudhama Sutyat Tulyam. You don't have it? You have it? Okay. Trishudhamasu yattulyam, Trishudhamasu yattulyam, Samanyam vetti nishchitaha, vetti nishchitaha, Sapujyah sarvabhutanam, Vandyashchaiva mahamunihi. It's interesting. Let's take number 22 first. Just just for the. So number 22 gives the phalam, the result, the benefit to a person who is able to understand the importance of the three previous verses, Vishwasya Attva, then Taijasasya Uttva, and Makara Bhave Prajnasya, which we have started and we will end today. But those are the three approaches to Om: Akara, Ukara, and Makara. The one who is able to understand the importance of it and make this into a part of our life should be based on that. If we can do that, this is the Om, then there is a certain result that follows. And that result is given in verse number 22. So let's just look at the result first. Trishu dhamasu yat tulyam samanyam vetti nishchitaha. And so one who is able to see the corresponding similarity between matra and pada. Matra means the letters, the importance of the letters, a, u, and ma. And the pada means that what does it really convey, each one of them, what does it stand for? One who's able to see that and make that as part of our life. Trishu dhamasu. So dhamasu yattulyam. So dhama is a very interesting one. Dhama means a place of residence. It's called dhama. When you address, really in English it will be called address. What is your address? Where do you live? It's called dhama. And the jiva, so in fact Swami Maheshanji said that, where do I find this person? Where do I find this person? So most of us only have one dhamma, but the very rich people have three dhammas. So you say, supposing there's a legal document that has to be served, and it has to be served in person sometimes. There are things that you have to really give it to someone and make the signature and so on. So he said, where do I find it? He says, well, this is where I address it. You go there and the servant or some helper says, he's not here, he's in this other house. So he goes to the other house and he says, he's not here, he's in the third house. He lives in three homes. Each one of us live in three homes. Every day. Three homes. And we have a different form in the three homes. Just like, supposing you can see me here in kurta pajama and so on. And if I'm invited to some kind of a big wedding or something, then I pull out my suit and pant, tie and so on. You won't recognize me as often. Sometimes you tell me, Vijayji, we didn't know it was you. I was wearing some kind of a cap or something like this. So our forms are also different. And we have three homes. And we visit all three homes every day. And those are the Jagrat Dhama. And then we have the Swapna Dhama. And we have the Sushupti Dhama. And each one of those three, our forms are different. And the way we behave is also very different. When I'm fast asleep, then it's not easy to, you cannot wake me up easily. In fact, it's interesting, just this morning I was telling one of you that at 3:30 there was a phone call. And, I was fast asleep, but the phone rang. It was our neighbor Santosh Bhatti who said there is a fire in the neighborhood. Please get ready to get out right away. And my wife and I were both saying that we had no idea where we were, who we were, because you're fast asleep, you are completely bereft of all combination with the world and so on. So it took us a little while to say, what clothes, where are the clothes, what do I do? It took like a few seconds because we were so fast asleep, we are a different person altogether. Now, during waking hours, somebody's phone rings and somebody says, please, there's a fire. Immediately you react. Here, it took us a while to get rid of this anyway. So it was a good ending because we actually started putting our clothes on. And Santosh, our friend, said that Balli and I, her husband and she, they've already emptied the safe, and they're thinking of taking all the passports out, and they're getting ready to go. So my wife and I were thinking maybe we should do the same. The safe is not easy to open. I think the robbers will find it very easy. The homeowners find it very difficult. My wife always complains. She says, why do I have to do this? I said, well, it's a safe. What am I supposed to do? So we decided we're not going to open the safe because it'll take too long. So we'll get our passports out. So I was just about to get, then about 5 minutes later, Santosh called again, said that the neighbor came in and said that the fire has been put out, so everything is okay. So we climbed back. It was almost ready for me to get out of so I never actually slept out. That was nice because I usually get up at about 5 to 5 anyway for the class. So it was good. Anyway, so I am in a Dhamma with a form which is different from my Dhamma. So we have three homes that we visited, and the forms are also different. This is with the word Dhamma. Trishu Dhamasu yat tulyam samanyam vetti nishchitaha. So it says that one who is able to see the similarity between matra and pada, which we will revise again today to see what do you mean by the similarity. But so basically what it means is one who is able to see the similarity between vyashti and samashti, between the microcosm and the macrocosm, which is present in all the three dhammas. Each dhamma has its own similarity, which is what we've been doing, but we'll revise it again today, so it's very clear. So one who's able to see the similarity between the three dhammas, then what happens to that person? Saha pujyaha sarva bhutanam vandyashchaiva mahamuni. He says that is not an ordinary person. Not an ordinary person. Mahamuni. Munihi itself, Maha, even forget about the prefix Maha. Muni itself is a very, very important. Muni means a thinking person, a viveki. Even in our social, even in our life and so on, you find differences in people. Somebody is is an outgoing person, somebody is an introvert, somebody is successful, somebody is a scientist, and so on. In and amongst them, the one who is very clear about what needs to be done, what is the best way to do this, is a thinking person who does not just take things for granted, is called a munihi, mananashilaha. It's called munihi and mahamunihi. So a person who is able to do this is considered to be a mahamuni amongst people. And you will be highly respected for that. The attitude of people towards such a person will be very different. You don't even have to pronounce yourself that nobody, the Mahamuni doesn't say I'm a Mahamuni. He's just an ordinary person. But when it comes to the truth about things and so on, people will seek the advice of such a person. Sapujyaha sarvabhutanam vandeschaiva mahamuni. So here, Swami Maheshananji makes a very important point, and that's the reason I wanted to go over this one now. I think we've done this once before, but he is the reason for revision. Because the first time you do it, it impresses you, but then you go on. If you revise something, it really sticks with you. And really, this is what we need to do. We need to have thoughts that don't leave me. They become one of me. And so the revision, this one particular revision, we had covered this a little while ago, but now that I revised it one more time, this has become very clear to me. And here is the reason for why bringing it up, what Swami Maheshananji also brings it up. In the 9th verse of the 9th verse of the Upanishad, 9th verse of the Upanishad, which was Jagrita sthanaha Vaishwanaraha. Revising that. Akaraha prathama matraha aptehe adimatvatva apnoti saha vai sarvan kaman adishcha sabhavati sa evam veda. So there in that verse, the phalam, the advantage, the very benefit of one who understands the Jagrita sthanaha Vaishwanaraha. So Vaishwanaraha is the samashti. And Jagrita sthanaha here means dhamaha. So one in my house where I am awake, one who is able to see the similarity between myself, Vishwa, and Vaishwanaraha, Virat, that I am none other than, there is no basic difference between me and Virat. One who is able to see this with understanding, not just repeating it, then the Upanishad gives a benefit. And the benefit is Sarvan Kaman Apnoti. So this is the point that Swami Maheshananji chose to revise in discussing number 22. Sapujyaha sarvabhutanam vandyascha mahamuni. So let's look into that. We actually went over this when we covered number 9, but I'll revise it. So Swami Maheshananji pointed out that if you look at your life's desires in your life, your desires in your life, various, what is called kamana. Kamana means a sense of wanting something. So, if you look at the entire spectrum of kamanas in your life, you should be able to discern the following pattern. So, one half of that are common, are kamanas, are desires that you know are wrong. So this is what is called Shastra Viparita Kamana. Shastra Viparita Kamana means that you should not even think about doing that. But you do. Kamanas occur. And the interesting thing about such a kamana is that it gives you immediate pleasure. Immediate pleasure. And so, but then you pay for it with a long list of problems later on, either outside problems or your own guilty conscience, and so on. So this one is not that important because, of course, people do it, but it should be immediately avoided. That's not something you should see that this is a bad bargain. It is like buying something where you're immediate. This is like investing in, and this happens all the time. You invest in something, and the person says, you will immediately get 20% return on your capital. I can give it to you right now. You say, really, 20% of the capital? Look, sure, I'll give you $10,000 and 20% of that, 2,000. In addition, I immediately. And your capital is protected. Capital is not protected. Mm-hmm. It is some kind of a Ponzi scheme, and you immediately get to 20,000. You're very happy, but the capital is gone. So you should avoid Ponzi schemes. So really, Shastra Viparita Kamanas are like Ponzi schemes. You should immediately. This is not a good deal. The main one is Shastra Anukula Kamana, the ones that are enjoined by the Shastra, good karmas. Now this is where the Viveka has to come in. Well, the first one, forget about it. Now the question is, the kamanas, the desires, the pursuits that are considered to be good. Now here we divide it into two more parts. So you've already heard the word Satyakama. The word Satyakama. Satyakama means a person whose desires always come true. Whatever the person desires, it becomes true. It's called Satyakama. And so the rishis and munis and on so these, they are called Satyakama. This is why you bow to them and say, please, I know you, please bless me, because your blessings I know will have an effect. Because you are a Satyakama. So with that in view, let us analyze Shastra Anukula Kamanas. So here Swami Meshananji says that if you analyze your kamanas of life, they should be subdivided into two parts. Further, Viparita kamanas are gone, forget about them. I know how to, I'll be careful, and only if I'm a child then I can get into wrong things, but I'm an adult and I won't do any of that. But Shastra Anukula Kamana is the one. Divide that into two parts. One of them is Kamana that I am qualified to pursue, and Kamana that I am not qualified to pursue. These are the two parts. So here a simple example can be taken. Suppose you have, $50 cash in your pocket, and you have no credit card or anything like this. Supposing you have a credit card but you really have cash, you should buy things that are worth $50 or less. You should not have a desire for something that costs $5,000. Unless you can tell that I have something in my credit account in my bank or something, that's a separate thing. But if you stay within your capabilities, then the pursuit of kamana will give you happiness. If you are not qualified for the kamana, even though it is good kamana, it is dharmic, it is not adharmic, it is going to give you dukkha. So now we can, having given you this background, we can go into this Trishu Dhamasu Yattulyam, and in fact we can just say, I think the original is given in the verse number 9. Apnoti saha vai sarvan kama. You know what that is saying? It is saying, you will not be foolish enough to be bothered by kamanas that you are not qualified for. Because we have enough in our life, really, to be happy. But we choose to cross the boundary like Sita. Sita was told, don't cross this line. Just stay within, you'll be safe. But this golden deer just attracted her to a point that she crossed the line. And all kinds of problems happened after that. So it is said that please, apnoti havai sarvan kaman means you have enough results to make you completely happy in life. Stay within that. Now, if you want to increase your eligibility, and exactly this is what we are talking about here, that if you are able to see Trishu Dhamasu Yattulyam Samanyam Veti Nishchitaha, if you are able to see with ascertainment the Samanyam between Samashti and Vyashti, my goodness, you become so qualified that anything you want to do will give you happiness. You will not cross the line because your circle has now increased to a point. This is the beautiful advice, really great advice, that let me first become within my capability. And here Swami Maheshanji makes a very beautiful point. He says, there's a lot of false understanding of kamana, that you should become desireless. Not possible to become desireless. Ishvara has given us a faculty of jnana shakti, kriya shakti and ichha shakti. This is a very beautiful thing to say. God bless him, this person in Watsonville who passed away recently, the one who was the guru there in, what's it called?
Baba Haridas.
Yeah. So it's a very interesting thing, because I remember we went to see him with Swami Viditatmananda. He was a mauna person. So I'm sorry to say, he's no longer there, he just passed away, but it was a silly thing to do. He was just writing things on saying things. He was asking Swami Viditatmananda, Where are you from? Swamiji says, I'm from Ahmedabad. How long you here for? And he can talk, but he doesn't talk. It's not what is meant for it. It means that stay silent whenever there is no need to talk. But when there is a need to talk, Ishvara has given you a faculty, use it. Ishvara will say, oh my gosh, he's not using it. Why did I give it to him? Similarly, Ichha Shakti is something that we have to use for our transactions, for helping others, for helping myself, and so on. So to become desireless is not the meaning of this. Even in the Gita, people will say, I still have desires, so I'm not a very good person. The Gita says you should be fully desireless. Non-understanding of what is really meant. And I'm indebted to people like Swami Maheshanandji and others who will clarify this for us. And this is a very beautiful point. So he says that, really speaking, all you need, and so we become unhappy because we expected something and didn't happen. We expected our daughter-in-law to be very loving, but she falls short. Our son-in-law also, we expected him to give us all kinds of expectations we have, silly expectations, and stay within it. Understand that when marriages happen, your son is now married to a different woman, and he will not spend as much time as you did. That phase is gone. It's okay. If it happens, it happens. So in all cases of this type, it is really distinguishing, doing a viveka between what I am capable of doing, what I am not. And as you expand your understanding, then more and more kamanas become, you are qualified for more and more kamanas. And in fact, after a while, you don't even want kamanas. They come to you. Really, things happen. Ishvara also gives you without any asking, and so on and so forth. It's a very beautiful relationship that can happen. So this is what is being talked about. And so then Swami Maheshanji goes on and says that really something, what happens is that your own kamanas are not bothering you. You don't have a fulfillment of desires because you are happy. And you are an active person. So what happens is, you are now busy fulfilling others' kamanas. And for that reason, you become very respectful. Anyway, this is the meaning of this. Saha pujya sarva bhutana. In all the people, they will see you as something who does not have your own agenda, and you're really helping others to do so. Why? Because you have already conquered unfulfillable kamanas. Whatever you're doing it out of your own volition, and you're happy. And then Vandaschaiva Mahamuni. And so this is an important thing to see, really speaking, that we need to do a viveka between unqualified kamanas and qualified kamanas. And it is because of my aviveka between those two that I get into problems, and I rebel against it. That my life is not very happy. I wanted things; they are not getting fulfilled. Hey, Ishvara is not a fool. He created us for a purpose with a certain structure, and be aware of that structure. Stay within it. And anyway, so that's what it is. So I just thought that I would talk about that number 22 first. Then a very quick revision of number 19 and 20, and then a little bit more detail about the one we have not done, which is number 21. And then I think that this whole section, I think we can do that today, all four of them, 19, 20, 21 and 22, as a package will be over. So in 19, just a very quick revision. Vishwasya Atva Vivakshayam. So let's look at the essence of this. The essence of Atva. Adi Samanyam Utkatam Atvam. The essence of this is a complete understanding that there is only one source of consciousness. Just like there is only one source of heat, so it's a beautiful thing where you say that that everything is a manifestation of the heat of the fire. Easy to understand. Similarly, from a spiritual standpoint, we need to understand that in terms of consciousness, consciousness means not a property, but the ability to be alive and to independently of being independent of things. So just the human, just look at the human, any not just human, any jiva. All the jivas are given the fact that I am alive, I am. So this one appears to be distributed. And I need to know, I need to understand that even though it is distributed, it is in fact the light of Ishvara. So really speaking, it is even me. I am not independent of Ishvara. And everybody else is also not independent. In fact, it is Ishvara alone. This we should see. We should not be doubt about it. We may take some time to understand this. That's okay. Take your time. But the goal should be very clear. This is the meaning of Attva. This is one of the important components of understanding Om. We should know that Om is a valid, appropriate name for Ishvara. Why? Because of the three components. One of them is called Attva. Attva means present everywhere. And present everywhere means a single source. So my conscious entity, I'm an awareful entity. It is really the awarefulness is not my own. In fact, it is nothing but Brahman. This understanding is the essence of number 19. Vishwasya Atva Vivakshayam. He says that is the Vivaksha. This is what number 9 is intending for you to understand. So again, the word Vivaksha is a very beautiful one, because Vivaksha doesn't mean just talking to you. It means that it gives you enough understanding that you can now be on your own autopilot and think about it. So whenever we criticize or respond to something that our children do, our intent is to tell them the lessons of life. Please don't do this, because I'm not going to be there with you all the time. That's not the purpose that, don't do this and so on. But you make them understand that this is what we intend for you to understand. This is called vivaksha. Vaktumichha. Sananta. It means that the reason for talking is that you understand the meaning of it. And the meaning of that is that you should see the similarity between the vyashti and samashti. That the samashti is in fact the only source of consciousness. And so in all of our transactions, in all of our approaches to life and so on, this fact should become a fundamental part of my thinking. And if I do, then the way I approach things will be different. Because if somebody says something bad to me, then I soften it up by saying, this is very interesting. This is another form of Ishvara who's fighting with another form of Ishvara. So the way of looking at it will be different. So this is the meaning of the verse number 19. Then, going to number 20, so there, Swami Maheshanji pointed out that please see the differences between the suffixes of 19, 20 and 21. In number 19 it was vivakshayam, and in number 20 it is vijnane. So vijnanam means the essence of number 20, which we've already discussed. I'm just revising it. The essence of 20 is vijnanam. Vijnanam means utva vijnane. Utvam. So utvam means the connection, the pulling of something from another form to this form. This is called Uttvam. So Uttvam here means that your swapnavastha, your dreamness is pulled from your Jagrata avastha. It is just another form. It is not as a completely different one altogether. It is, in fact, it is the same one. More importantly, I should see that my personality, myself as a person, who I am, what I am, is pulled from my previous samskaras. It's not a completely different one altogether. It is a continuation. The word connection and continuation, structure. This is another thing that I have to see. That I am not an isolated being. I have been created by Ishvara based on my own karmas and samskaras. And I am where I am today as a huge connection. There's a huge background behind me. And to fully grasp it is the word vijnanam. Jnanam, Jnanam and Vijnanam. Jnanam means that some introduction is given. That you see, you are not an isolated being, you are actually part of a whole molecule of the whole world. And so, in some ways, these are my own thoughts on this, that if you look at the first one, which is Attva Vivakshayam, there you say that the Swarupa of me is the same as the Swarupa, is really the Swarupa of Brahman. But in Uttva, then Saguna Upasana comes in. That means that even the personality that I have, not just the person, but the personality that I have, is also not just a happening stance. It is in fact connected to the entire background, samskaras that I have. And for that reason, everybody else is at the same time. People are where they are because of a reason. The whole thing is just a very beautiful creation. And so in some ways the Uttva, the Vijnanam, is basically looking at the Saguna Upasana. Whereas number Attva is Nirguna Upasana. Both are necessary. What is called Swarupa and Swabhava, as we have discussed it before. So number 20 says, things happen for a reason. And there is this is the beauty of it. So the pulling of form is because it was pulling of something from something else is due to a reason. The example is that of yogurt making out of milk. You cannot make yogurt from water. The ingredients must be there already. But you pull a different form of the original one. The yogurt doesn't look like, it maybe look like milk. It doesn't taste like milk. It's a completely different. Ghee is probably even better. So the ghee is not a isolated phenomena. Making of ghee depends upon the availability of milk and the very the making of it. How to make it easily is also a very important aspect of it. It's a completely different thing. I was reading one of Swami Maheshanji's commentary in some other book altogether, which is a very beautiful book. I'll hopefully will get to it someday. So there he was talking about, the pulling of things and making it into a different form was being discussed. So there he was saying, this is the topic of the importance of ekagrata. What's called ekagrata. Ekagrata means, this is the common thing that we all, at least the students who have been studying Vedanta for a while have, that I understand what you're telling me, it all makes sense, but I don't yet see it clearly in my life. This is a common experience that people have. So in discussing this phenomenon, Swami Maheshanji talks about pulling things in a way that requires a certain number of steps, a certain focus, a certain skill set. Because one can say that, Vedanta has discussed this many times. How come I don't get it? I don't feel that my joy is not there in my life. The reason for that is a very beautiful example that Swami Maheshanji gives. He says, supposing we give the ingredients to create a fire. And we say these are the ingredients. What are the ingredients? In the modern way, you need some oil. So there's a pan of oil. And then you need a patram where the oil has to be there. So you keep a cup there somewhere. So there's some oil here, there's a cup here. And then there is a wool of wax. You take it out of something, and the whole wax full of cotton. And then you have something which is a set of matches. You're also living there, so on and so forth. So you tell a 4-year-old, 5-year-old even, who's never seen the fire being created, even older than that, you say, please make fire. These are the ingredients. This can be made. Not possible. What you need to do is you need to put it together in a very skillful fashion. And he was saying that if you look at making a diya for water, it's not an easy thing. Now it becomes very easy. But you have to take the cotton, you have to roll it and make a pointed end to it and dip one end into the oil but not the other end, slowly touching the oil. And you put this in such a way, and then you have to rub to some surfaces so that you create a fire, and then you touch it. Then you find the fire starts. So this is in an example of pulling something out of ingredients that are already there. This is one example. The other example is even more beautiful. Swamiji says, which others, Swami Dayananda and everybody else also has discussed, that you have sunlight falling on something, and the sun does not create the fire. All this California fire and so on, really the sun doesn't create the fire. You know what can create the fire? Is focusing the sun with a lens. And I'm sure that you must have all tried it. All of us, when we were children, you can burn a paper by focusing a convex lens and sunlight through it. So the sunlight normally is enough to live a life. But if you wanted to burn something, then you have to focus it in a particular skillful manner. And then the quality of the sun, because it is very powerful, can burn through a lot of things. Similarly, is the skill of learning ekagrata in Vedanta. And we will discuss it when time comes. It is I'm just giving you an example of the pulling, of extracting the uttva. So ekagrata means that right now where we are, it's kind of like a 5-year-old that has been given all these ingredients. There's a matchstick, there's this ball of cotton, and there is some oil, and the child doesn't know, what do you want me to do? Because if you put the fire on the ball of the whole thing will not be a sustainable fire. To make a sustainable fire requires skill. This is what is called ekagrata. And so even right now we are just gathering all the ingredients, but to put them together in such a way that I can see the presence and the presence of Ishvara through me requires certain skills. And so the Uttva hints at that. It says that it has to, Vijnanam means that, Vijnanam here means an adult lighting a fire. Jnana may mean that some instructions are given that you have never tried it. But Vijnana means once you light the fire, it's very easy to do. Even if you're given some kind of a cotton ball, you can make it into a very pointed one. Then you dip into an oil, and then you find some matches. It's easy to do. It's very easy to do. And so the discussion in the entire Vedantic literature is that the attainment of Atma Buddhi is both very difficult and very easy. If you don't know how to do it, it's very difficult. You keep on searching, where is Atma? Atma is the one who is searching, where is Atma, where is Atma? And once it is understood very well, it is the easiest thing in the world. You cannot miss it. You can never miss yourself. So this is the Uttva that verse number 20 goes through. We have some more to talk about, but I think that's probably enough. Let's go to the number 21 now, which we have not done before. Makara bhave pragyasya manasamanyam utkatam. So this is the third letter of the Om, A, U, Makara, that is being talked about. And so the Makara here refers to the whole experience of deep sleep. Where something amazing happens. And that is, you become one with Ishvara. Makar, that means something is given to you as a free gift. See, normally you have to earn a gift. You do something and somebody gives you seize candies and say, here, thank you very much and so on, please enjoy this. Now they need to have sugarless seize candy, only then we can enjoy. So any seize candy we get, we just give it to somebody else. Cannot eat it ourselves because of enough sugar in our blood already. But anyway, gifts are earned. But a free gift means something arrives in your mail and it's anonymous and it's very useful, very beautiful, and somebody just sent it to you. And the deep sleep is a free gift from Ishvara. Whether you deserve it or not doesn't matter. You are given deep sleep. You touch Ishvara without any. You're touching Ishvara, even the other states also, but there is some kind of a insulation between the two of you. But in deep sleep, that insulation is taken away and you are directly in touch with Ishvara. And the love of joy, you become joyful. So that is conveyed in the form of bhava. So the word bhava is an interesting one. Swami Meshanji explains a lot into it. So bhava means an intense preoccupation, intense preoccupation. And so he makes it a point to distinguish the word bhava from prema. Prema means love. And the love is only for something which is pleasant, something which gives you pleasure. It's only love for that. Bhava can be either positive or negative. So it just gives a general feeling. A prema is only a part of the bhava. Why? Because sometimes if you intensely dislike someone, you want to have a bhava against that person all the time. Complete bhava. And it can be, so really, just I won't go any much more than that. It just means, bhava means an intense preoccupation. That intense preoccupation is automatically given to you in deep sleep. That intense preoccupation is necessary for you to appreciate the presence of Ishvara. Means that it's more than just love. It means it is so important for you. This is what is called mumukshutvam. Becomes so important. And elsewhere also our Shastra says, Swami Mesharanji has given this beautiful commentary in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. It is written that how can a person become free in life? And it discusses this in great. It's the same book that I've been reading for a while. So it explains the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So there it says, really speaking, you are naturally attracted to having certain desires. It's the same book that talked about the Shastra Anukula Kamana that we talked about earlier. So it comes from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So Upanishad says that your Ichha Shakti is natural. You didn't ask for it. Whenever you are born, you immediately want to say, okay, what do I do next? What do I do? If there's a child, he will just pick up some things from the ground and start eating it. He's always looking for something. And throughout our life, we want to say, okay, what's next? Okay, this is done now, what's next? So, it is never going to leave you. The only question is, what do you desire? That is the real question. That distinguishes a path of freedom from a path of imprisonment. What you need to discover is a love for freedom, the nature of freedom. The nature of freedom is Ishvara. If you desire a bigger prison, you can get a bigger prison. It is still a prison. If you want to be completely free, you have to desire freedom and understand what freedom is. So really speaking, you need to be serious. And don't fool yourself, because we keep fooling ourselves. How? Because we feel, well, I want freedom, I want something bigger. So you're told that, becoming bigger is not really freedom. She says, okay, I don't mind. I won't seek freedom, just give me something bigger. That's enough. It'll keep me preoccupied in my life for a while. So they'll say, well, this won't last very long. This just doesn't matter. So for a year or two, you are very busy in becoming slightly bigger. Then finally it dawns on you that there is something even bigger. Then you want that. So this has been going on for millions of years. So finally the freedom comes when you have an intense kamana for Ishvara. And that requires a lot of background, a lot of preparation. It's not going to happen overnight. And so in some senses, this is a progression, because in number 19, he was talked about Attva Vivakshayam. Then in the 20 was Uttva Vijnane. Means that you have to really understand the very sense of connectivity and so on. And now that it becomes clear to you, you now have to just fall in love with it and intensely desire it. So the kamana for Ishvara is required, cannot be done without it. That is captured by the word bhava. Makara bhave pragyasya. And the taste of it is given to you every night. Because you cannot say, oh, are you fooling me? Is there anything called Ishvara? He says, you experience it every night. What are you talking about fooling you? It's your own experience. Isn't it beautiful? Because it's a... See, it is elsewhere also it is said, we talk about Maya, Maya Shakti and so on and so forth. It says that a beautiful example of Maya Shakti is the sleep Shakti. So if you analyze the sleep Shakti, it is not just, it is a very powerful agent. Sleep is a very powerful agent. How? What do you mean by powerful agent? Because it is really amazing how your rest of your life is. As I mentioned to you that even if you murdered about 5 or 6 people, you'll have a hard time going to sleep, but eventually you will fall asleep. And all the killing, the murder, and so on and so forth is taken away from you for a while to enjoy Ishvara. This Shakti is called Sleep Shakti. And it is so amazing, so powerful. Imagine that the Maya Shakti is 1,000,000 times more powerful. So the Sleep Shakti enables you to touch Ishvara as some kind of a free gift for you, just for a short time. So that you don't feel that this is not going to lead me anywhere. But we need to have that bhava. If you have all these 3 things, Attva, Uttva and Makara, and you understand the meaning of each one of them, and you live a life consistent with that, then we saw the benefits of you. Tishu dhamasu yattulyam samanyam vetti nishchitaha sapujya sarvabhutanam vandyascha eva mahamuni. So with that we complete section, and then in number 23, one more to go, which is really a kind of like a commentary of number 22, number 3. We'll do that next time. Akaro nayate vishvam ukaraschapi taijasam makarascha punaha pragyam namatre vidyate gati. So there is a gati, there is a sequence. We have to see the direction that we are going, then the discussion of the three dhammas is over. And verse number 12, which is the last verse of the Upanishad, goes into a more detailed description of Turiya. And Gaudapada's Karika is now starting for Turiya. We go up to, I forget how many verses there are. Hopefully we can finish this in our lifetime. So we will go into that next time. Om Asato Ma Satkamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityor Ma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamada Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. But we didn't do the full one anyway. Yes, sir.
You mentioned about Hridaya Granthi. How to untangle it?
By understanding. By making sure, first of all, making sure that the two strands are different and skillfully doing it by seeing where the granthi is. You know basically that they are two different ones, but it just takes a while. With patience and with skill and understanding, it can be done. Yeah. Basically, it goes back to the same thing, that vichara, atma vichara. What is atma, what is anatma, how are they different from each other? One is separate from the other. All of that has to be looked into. It is because we don't look into the basics, differences between them, is the granthi continues on. And so to untangle it, you have to systematically see where the ends are and all
How
of
do
that.
you recognize, because it's so mixed together
Yes,
that...
this is the highest goal in life, and therefore naturally it is also requires a lot of work, not a trivial thing. And so we have to be qualified for it, we have to aspire for it, and then go to work.
How to recognize that you've done it or not done it?
Yeah, yourself, you will see that, and so how independent it becomes. The independence also becomes. It slowly comes. You're not bothered by small things anymore. You become much more independent, and then when the final independence comes, then it is nothing but a continuation of the work that you've done. Swami Chinmayananda used to say that, I still remember. He says that long before the sun appears, the light of the sun becomes a dawn. And so even before you become Jivan Mukta, you become partial Mukta. Freedom from some small things, where you regain your own personality, you're not bothered by small things, you go on. This is the light of the sun in the dawn. And, but, it's interesting, as soon as you see the light of the dawn, you know that it is not just the local fire somewhere. This is the light of the sun, and then it gives you more support in thinking that yes, I'm going in the right direction. And then finally when you're able to see things, even though the light of the dawn is an interesting thing, the light of the dawn may not be enough to dispel the fog. You may still have some fog. But in fact, even when the sun arrives, it takes a while for the fog to go. But it will go. It will go, and you will directly see the sun, so to speak, in this manner. Yeah.
Just a clarification. So is a Mahamuni equivalent to a Jivan Mukta, or we are still within the three padas and not in the fourth one, so they are still obviously...
Yeah, I would think so, yes. So Mahamuni, he means that your thinking is now progressing to a point where you're close to becoming a Jivan Mukta, but you may not be a Jivan Mukta yet. To become a Jivan Mukta is not easy, and it might require some few lives. It's very possible that you may still have some work left to be done. But then you're taken care of. Your body gives away, but in the next life then you're presented with the right samskaras, and you are taken a birth at a place where early on you see something very beautiful. They say that there's a story that Vamana was a baby in the stomach of his mother when he became Jivan Mukta. Because it was so little to be done, but that strings were not completely torn. And so it is said, the Shastra says it, that Vamana became Jivan Mukta while still in the mother's tummy. And all he had to do was to just get out, and he was happy. So it's very possible. That's well taken care of. But the Mahamuni here means that one who is very close to being a Jivan.